Hi, my name's Baz Kinder and I'm from Wellington PPM. We're Microsoft Gold partners specialising in project and portfolio management, and we've also got a silver competency in learning. Today we'll be looking at Microsoft Project Server 2010, and specifically we'll be focusing in on reporting and business intelligence. Before doing that, let's have a look at the evolution of Microsoft Project. So back in 1987, Microsoft released the desktop scheduling tool, and at that time it was primarily geared towards individual project managers. As organizations have grown in maturity, as more and more people have wanted visibility of what's happening on projects, and as the need to collaborate on projects has come about, Microsoft released Project Server. So we're currently on version 2010, which is the 5th release, so it's quite a mature solution. It's not just me saying that, these are also the findings of Gartner. In this year's MarketScope 2011 report, where they look at all of the leading players in the project and portfolio management space, they gave Microsoft Project Server 2010 a strong positive rating. Now, the thing that sets Microsoft apart from some of the other vendors in the strong positive category are that Microsoft are the only suppliers that allow you to deploy their solution either in-house, using your own architecture, or to deploy it as software as a service, whilst everyone else in the strong positive category only allows you to deploy their solution as software as a service, hence tying you in either to monthly contracts or annual contracts. Looking at some of the quotes from Gartner, they also say that Project Server 2010 is a landmark release for Microsoft because it's in this release in which they include SharePoint 2010 as a foundation for things such as workflow, document management and collaboration. They also comment on the fact that Microsoft's licensing is very cost competitive. Let's have a look at the overview of Microsoft Project 2010 and have a look at the components that make up the solution set. So centrally you have Microsoft Project Server 2010. Now that's really a central repository for all project related information, whether that's your project schedules, your enterprise resource pool, templates, anything project related, it's held within Project Server. On a day-to-day basis, to interact, most users will use what is known as Project Web App, shortened down to PWA. Depending on what group you belong to, whether you're an executive, project manager or resource manager, you will go to exactly the same URL. However, thanks to security trimming, you can control not only what people see, but also what people can do within PWA. So you might determine that the only group allowed to see the resource center, for example, are the resource managers. Now, whilst within PWA project managers can do some light project scheduling, they would probably prefer to use Project Professional 2010 as that offers more functionality. Now, there is a breakdown of functionality available on the web. If you would like it, then please contact us at Wellington PPM and we can send you that document. Last but not least, you can also integrate Project Server 2010 with other Microsoft solutions as well as other line of business systems. Drilling down further into Project Server 2010, you can see that there are two components that make up the actual solution itself. Before I go into more detail about the actual components, let me just make it clear that not every organization will deploy, first of all, both components, or secondly, every piece of functionality that's available within Project Server. It's always configured and scaled to match the environment. Let's have a look now at a very high level at the two components. The first one is concerned with top-down portfolio management. This is where projects are proposed, it's where business cases can be built, and it's where projects can then ultimately be prioritized and either approved or rejected based upon whether or not they align to corporate strategy and what kind of return on investment they will provide. The second component, which is something that we are focusing on today, is concerned with bottom-up project management or project execution. It's where you would do your day-to-day project management activities of project scheduling, resource management, reporting, and so on. Here we see the findings of a survey that was published by the Center for Business Practices. So they went out and spoke to a range of organizations ranging from SMEs right the way to large multinationals to identify from them what their biggest pain points were in relation to project management. Quite a few pain points were identified, but the pain point that we would like to discuss today is reporting and project visibility. The problem in most organizations is that those who need to view the data don't necessarily have the technical skills to build the reports. So they tend to rely on technical specialists, perhaps an MI team, to pull the data together for them. That means that the data isn't available on demand right when you want it. It's also very time consuming for those who have to compile the reports. Moving on, let's have a look at business intelligence with Microsoft Project Server 2010. In short, the purpose of BI is to capture large volumes of data, make sense out of it, which will in turn help you to identify problems and trends. Project Server itself pulls together an array of complex data from different locations into a central set of databases and OLAP cubes or BI store. Now this data could relate to project schedules, resource management records, timesheets, risk logs, etc. As the data builds up, you can start performing different types of analyses, including historical analysis, so looking back at previous project outcomes to see what happened, whilst you can also perform predictive analysis, such as forecasting, profiling, and so on, to see what might happen. In terms of gaining visibility, individuals and departments have also got their own set of dashboards that are available on demand, so you don't have to go to the specialist MI unit to get the information that you want. The types of questions that you could use Project Server to help answer could include things such as which teams will have availability to work on the next project, how much time do our resources spend on project work, what clients are the most profitable, and which project managers, for example, have the lowest project success. The sky is the limit in terms of reporting. Just before I delve into the live demo, let me give you a quick rundown of what we'll be seeing today. So I'll start off with a very high level tour of Project Server 2010 itself. I'll then have a look at the Project Center views and show you how you can monitor various KPIs. I'll then have a look at the Business Intelligence Center, show you some of the standard out-of-the-box dashboards that we've created as part of our PPM in a box deployment package. I'll then show you how you can drill down into performance point reports using the web browser, and then we'll have a look at how you can also exploit some of the data using Excel. And here we are now in the demo environment. I've already opened up an Internet Explorer page with the PWA homepage, which is what we see in front of us now. So Project Web App, otherwise known as PWA, presents you with a quick access tool menu bar here. Now I'm currently logged in as an administrator, so every single option available is presented to me. I can see my work, projects, resources, reports, and settings. Had I been logged in as, let's say, a team member, the only option available to me might be my work. In the central area of the screen, we see a reminder section. It informs me that I've got new tasks assigned to me. If there's any outstanding timesheets, approvals, status reports, or issues or risks that have been assigned to me to look after. Being based on SharePoint, you can also modify this page, and you can add or remove web parts. Let me just quickly click into Project Center. This is where you get visibility of all the projects within your organization. So here I see a list of all of the projects, and against it I see various rank statuses. Now this can all be configured to match your environment, to match whatever metrics your organization currently monitors. You can have multiple views. I'm currently looking at the rank status. You can have key milestone views. Another popular view that many clients have is something along the lines of a customer view or program view. If I roll over any of the KPIs, there's a story behind the smiley face or the unhappy face. It tells you if something's behind schedule, over schedule, or ahead of schedule. Now again, all of these are based on your own formulas. Moving back to Project Web App, in order to access all of the dashboards, we need to go to the Business Intelligence Center. In order to do that, I click on this link here, Reports. So within the Business Intelligence Center, you see a collection of dashboards that we've created within our PPM in a box deployment package. These are all performance point dashboards, and we've got quite a collection. So we've got a cost dashboard, top 10 total project costs versus the total cost by status, and total cost by time. We also have a work dashboard, a risk dashboard, an issues dashboard, a resource dashboard, a number of projects dashboard, and last but not least, an approved budget variance dashboard. The great thing about performance point dashboards is that you can actually drill down to get further insight into the data from the web interface. So if I look at this Internet Explorer 9 rollout project, I can choose to drill down into various fields. I can also switch to something called a decomposition tree, which is great for when you're doing a presentation and you're being asked questions that you don't necessarily know the answers to, but using this interface you can get the answers very quickly. So here I have the Internet Explorer 9 rollout project. It's costing a grand total of £21,000. If I want to see what's contributing towards that, I might, for example, bring out the resource list. So this is a list of all the resources on the project and how much they're costing. I might then want to have a look at which tasks make up the workload for these individuals, and again, how much they're costing. Closing out, you can also, in a very similar fashion, open up the OLAP Cube data in Excel, and here's one that I've already done. So I've brought up a list of all the projects and a filter showing me all lifecycle stages within the projects. You can also apply things such as conditional formatting. So that was a very quick look at reporting within Project Server 2010. Now, PPM in a box is our pre-built Microsoft Project Server 2010 deployment package. It's designed to get your organization up and running within 12 days at a fixed price. To get full details on the package itself, then please visit our website, which is wellingtonppm.co.uk. On the website, you can also request a call back and a member of our team will be in touch with you within 24 hours.